Hi everyone, welcome to Storytime with Fairfield County Library. My name is Ms. Nina and I am so excited for Storytime today. Before we get started, I want to remind you that we are doing hybrid Storytimes, which means on top of Storytimes online here, we also are doing them in person at the library. The in-person version of these Storytimes for the children's age group are at 4 p.m. on Wednesdays. Okay, now that that's out of the way, are you guys ready for Storytime? This week, our theme is vegetables. That means this week we are going to read books about vegetables or about characters who are vegetables. All right, our first book is Zora, Zucchini by Katherine Pryor, illustrated by Anna Raff and published by Readers to Eaters. It was only the third day of summer vacation, but Zora was already out of ideas. Zora rode her bike in large, lazy circles around the neighborhood, just like the day before and the day before that. When Zora rode by the hardware store, she noticed something new. A bunch of plants with fuzzy green leaves. Free zucchini, Zora read. Z, like me. She filled her basket with zucchini plants and headed home. Look what I found, Zora announced. Zucchini! I'm going to plant these in our garden. Zora dug big holes so the roots had room to go. She settled the plants snugly in the soil. She watered each one. That's going to be a lot of zucchini, said her father. We'll eat it, Zora promised. As June warm turned to July hot, Zora tended her garden. She watered the plants when their leaves got droopy. She cheered every time she saw a new yellow-orange zucchini blossom. One morning, Zora spotted her very first zucchini. She snapped it off the vine with a quick twist and raced to show her family. Zora's family found a new way to cook zucchini every day. Her brother made bread, her sister made soup, her parents marinated and grated and barbecued. As Zora's garden grew, they ate zucchini for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. More? Zora offered. By the first day of August, Zora's garden was a jungle of prickly, tickly, bushy, blossomy plants. Every single one of those plants was covered in zucchini. There was no way her family could eat it all. Zora peered into her neighbor's garden. It was full of tomatoes, but no zucchini. Hi, Miss Thompson. Would you like to trade some tomatoes for some zucchini? Zora asked. Absolutely, Mrs. Thompson replied. Zora swapped an armful of zucchini for an armful of tomatoes. Zora's zucchini kept growing. This is crazy, she said. She loaded up her bike and gave every last one away. The next day, Zora found even more zucchini. Seriously? She said. Zora thought and thought. She had an idea, but she knew she couldn't do it alone. Her brother painted the signs. Her parents printed the flyers. Zora and her sister posted them all over the neighborhood. On Saturday, Zora's garden swap was open for business. Zora straightened her sign. She checked the time. The sun got hotter. Zora's feet got fidgetier, and she began to worry that her garden swap was a garden flop. Then Zora saw Mrs. Riviera carrying a big bowl of raspberries and Mr. Peterson bringing potatoes. Neighbors stopped by with carrots, peppers, and green beans from their gardens. They shared plums, apricots, and cherries from their trees. People left whatever they had too much of and took whatever they wanted. Zora traded and traded until all her zucchini was gone. Zora looked around at the busy, noisy jumble of munching, laughing, chatting neighbors. Her zucchini garden had brought so many people together. She was already plotting what to grow next summer. All right, and there's some information about gardening. All right, that was Zora Zucchini. Have you ever grown your own food? What vegetables did you grow? All right, our next book is Creepy Carrots. Words by Aaron Reynolds, pictures by Peter Brown, and published by Simon Schuster Books for Young Readers. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Krakenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots. Until they started following him. He first noticed something strange after the big game against the East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, tunk, tunk of carrots creeping. He turned, but there was nothing there. Just my imagination, he thought, but he hopped a little faster. That night, as he was brushing his teeth, there they were. Jasper whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed quickly. The next morning, he approached Krakenhopper Field slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Whew! Creepy carrots. It was ridiculous. But when he arrived home that evening, "Mom! Mom!" Jasper screamed. "Creepy carrots in the shed!" His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. "There are no such thing as creepy carrots," Mom said, shaking her head. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it. Breathing. Terrible, carroty breathing. And there, on his wall, "Creepy carrots!" he shouted. "Dad! Dad!" His dad thumped into his bedroom and threw on the light. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. "Just a bad dream, son," his dad said, shaking his head. "Now go to sleep." That wasn't going to happen. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field. As the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. On his way home, there was no tunk, tunk, tunk. There were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field cheered. Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch ever again. Okay, that was Creepy Carrots. What'd you guys think? All right, everyone, thank you for coming to story time. Now, just because we're done reading does not mean we have to be done with story time. If you come down to the library this week, you can pick up a story time kit, which are these fun-filled activity kits that we made to go with the books you read today. Each kit comes with a coloring sheet, a craft, and a tasty recipe that you can make with your grown-ups. This week, our craft is this popsicle stick handprint carrot. To get a kit, you need to come to the Fairfield County Library and look for some crates in the children's section. Now we have 2 crates, one for Monday story times and one for Wednesdays, so you want to make sure to grab the right kits or you could end up with something completely different than what I just showed you. The kits for this story time are in the group B crate. They're the blue ones. We have new kits every week, so make sure to check back in every time we have a new story time. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me for story time. Once again, my name is Miss Nina, and I hope to see you in the library this week to pick up a story time kit. It's time to say goodbye, but I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye!